Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Clear the Ice, the Philadelphia Flyers post-game show here on Edge of Philly Sports. I'm Austin Hamill. I'll be your host for the evening, and the Flyers break up an 8-game win streak for the Winnipeg Jets, going out to Canada, beating them by a final score of 2-0. With the win, Philadelphia goes to a record of 23-14-6. Winnipeg falls to 28-10-4. Really great game for the Flyers in this one. Overall, very aggressive on the offensive end. A lot of good shot blocking by Philadelphia in this game. Just going to dive right into the numbers here for you folks really quick. Outshoot Winnipeg 36-35 over the entire course of the game. 1 for 2 on the power play. Winnipeg was 0 for 3. 22 blocked shots for Philadelphia to Winnipeg's 11. Just overall, in the parts of the game that mattered for Philadelphia in this matchup tonight, coming off playing in Minnesota, second half of a back-to-back, no Sean Couturier, no Jamie Drysdale. This team is just exactly what you were hoping Philadelphia hockey was going to be over the past couple of years, and you're finally getting it. Samuel Ersson, 35 of 35 for the shutout. Absolutely incredible goalkeeping by him over this entire season so far. And we also, the main thing that I want to bring up is Cam Atkinson gets off the schneid. I believe they said it was 29 games without a goal for him, and he gets both of them in this one. Absolutely incredible for Cam. Great to see him start to get back onto the sheet for the Flyers. His first goal, I believe it was, here it is, at the 14:47 mark of the first period. He scores assisted by Farabee and Paling, his 9th goal on the year. Just really good positioning by Atkinson on that goal. Honestly, on both of them. The second one in the at the 2:52 mark of the second period, he scores on the power play, assisted by Frost and York. In both of them, he just was in the right place as the shot came through, and he was able to work it out and get the puck into the net. And actually, Steve checking in before we had got live here, saying this is some serious next level stuff. 2012 middle collapsing, shot blocking, hard to play Rangers style. No Coots, no Drysdale on road back to back, one of the best teams in the West. What? Yeah, Steve, I 100% agree. This is exactly what that Rangers team was like. They were consistently, they were persistent on offense, very tenacious on defense, very heavy to the shot blocking, collapsing the middle, like you said, and being able to pick up when key players are out, and especially playing very, very well on the road. You really, especially getting the assists from the guys that you got them from in Farabee, Paling, Frost, and York. Those guys have been playing incredibly well. For York, it was only for York and Frost, they both got assist number 10 and 8 respectively. Farabee, it was his 19th assist. Paling, it was his 8th assist. This was what, like I said, this is what the Flyers, you were expecting them to be for a couple of years, and you're finally getting it, and it's in what was considered to be a rebuilding year. Um, Philadelphia came out, you know, Winnipeg without, I believe it's without Connor and without Scheifele for this game. So a couple of key contributors to their offense, and Philadelphia, really took advantage of what those guys usually bring. Them not having it helped Philadelphia, I believe, really, stay on the attack with everything and be able to just really work their way through this game to be able to get the win. Um, yes, the player of the game for me was Sam Ersson, the 35 save shutout, coming off the back-to-back in Minnesota. Especially even if you're not the starting goaltender in both games, just starting in that situation where the guys in front of you are very tired, so you're probably going to face a lot. To see Ersson really just put in the work, you know what I mean? A lot of really solid saves throughout this game, and just exactly what you want to see Sam Ersson be able to do is step up in that position as your secondary keeper, especially on these. Like I've been saying, in this situation, second half of a back to back, you really do want this kind of play, and this is exactly what you got from honestly, the entire roster top to bottom. We suited up 7 defensemen tonight, and every single one of them got at I believe it was like about at minimum 14 and a half minutes of ice time tonight. So Philadelphia is starting to pull a bit of stuff together here. Uh where did it go? I just had it here and now I don't. So I had the last like handful of games up for the Flyers, and I might have accidentally closed it because I'm the best. So this was that was the third straight win for Philadelphia after losing back on January 8th to Pittsburgh 4-1. So to get the wins that you've been getting, that great win in the shootout against Montreal, coming back and winning an OT against Minnesota, and then capping it off with the win against Winnipeg, going into a game in 2 days in St. Louis. This is what you wanted Philadelphia to be able to do, is start to string some of these wins together against some tougher competition. And then you think, next week you have St. Louis in St. Louis, and then back home against Dallas, Colorado, Ottawa, Tampa. That's a pretty solid 5 this year coming up after playing, you know, Minnesota, Winnipeg being one of the better teams in the West right now. These are the wins that you want to have, and they're quality wins that you've been getting from this team. I mean, looking over the last stretch since, right before the new year, that those 4 straight losses they were not fun for sure, and it started with that overtime loss to Seattle the last time I saw you folks, and it's just it you're getting good response from Philadelphia coming off of that tough loss in Pittsburgh. And yeah, it's just everything that you've wanted to be able to see Philadelphia do, what for what they're capable of doing in terms of their play. It's, they were checking really well. They were finding the right positioning for everything, that just be like and just doubling them in block shots 22-11. That more than anything to me is the best part about this win. It was a quality win top to bottom, and you can't ignore that. You really can't. It's been an incredible run for Philadelphia so far, and to think, that win, I believe, keeps you third overall in your division. Yeah, it keeps you a point behind uh, Carolina, who are putting together a bit of a streak of their own, with New York starting to hit this 4-game skid that they're on. With everything that you've been putting together so far, you really do have an opportunity to finish possibly top 6 in the conference. So if the playoffs were to end, if the playoffs were to start today, Philadelphia would be 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth. They'll be fifth in the conference overall if the playoffs started today. And you can't, you can't ignore that. You really can't. And especially, playing against the number 2 team in the West in Winnipeg was just incredible. And I think second best goal differential in the league too. Yeah, with a plus 42. So I mean, they really do pile it on when they're on. So being able to beat this team was very solid for Philadelphia. And I just want to get back to Sam Ersson, because he made a lot of really quality saves tonight. He just, overall, his play, he's responded really well to the issues that he had early on in the season. He's definitely put in I feel like he's put in the extra work in the practices to make sure that he's giving giving the most that he can, that his ability, again, his skill set allow. And I feel like we're seeing a totally different Sam Ersson from what we saw in the beginning of the year. The games where he would give up 5 or 7, or just really rough games that you would see him have in net. And to get the performance that you got out of him tonight, it definitely helps to further prove that, Philadelphia does have a lot of quality goaltending. I mean, Carter Hart's been, he's had his ups and downs. He's having a better year this year, and to have, your number 2 goalie have a good year as well. it's it's really fun. It's really fun to be able to experience Flyers hockey being good again, you know? But more than anything, just like I've been saying, the just how quality of a win this was. And it's exactly what you want. You know, the way the defense played was incredible. We are going to take a quick break. I'm going to come back with my 3 stars of the game. So we will be back in just a moment.
All right, guys, when you're staying local and you want to watch a great game or just hang out with some great people, make sure to go to Dolan's Bar at 24 East Sellers Avenue at Ridley Park. Right off of I-95, south of Philadelphia Airport, Dolan's Bar is the place to be. Great music, great times, memorabilia giveaways, great drinks, and even better food. You never know when a former Philly sports icon walks through the door. You got to go to Dolan's, 24 East Sellers Ave at Ridley Park. Tell PJ that EOP sent you. Go to dolansbar.com or follow them on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, or even TikTok. We'll see you there for the game. All right, guys, let's talk about Cherry Law Firm. If you get hurt at work in a motor vehicle accident, personal injury, or affected by criminal law, you got to call David R. Cherry of the Cherry Firm. Call 610-565-0300 or go to cherryinjurylaw.com. Let David R. Cherry fight for your rights. Again, that number is 610-565-0300. That's 610-565-0300 or go to cherryinjurylaw.com. Let David R. Cherry fight for your right. All right, guys, if you're a Philly sports fan and you want to travel with your favorite team, then travel with the best. Go to phillysportstrips.com. They have self-travel packages and full travel packages available with round-trip flights from the Philadelphia airport. Packages include direct flights, 4-night stays, all-inclusive tailgate parties, lower-level group tickets. Whatever you want, you got it with phillysportstrips.com. If you want to travel to an upcoming Phillies game, make sure you check out Philly Sports Trips. And do not forget, Philly Sports Trips has all the away trips for the Eagles' upcoming 2023 season. Jump on it now, because you do not want to lose out on all these great opportunities. Go to phillysportstrips.com. All right, guys, it's time to talk about Sherry's Tickets. Sherry'sTickets.com is easy to use and has no hidden fees. The price you see is the price you pay. Pay less and play more with Sherry'sTickets.com. Save even more by using the exclusive promo code EOP10. That's EOP10. Do not pay hidden fees and save 10%. Why use any other ticket reseller and get those hard-to-come-by tickets to the big game? If you need a more personal touch, give them a call at 610-494-5050. That's 610-494-5050. Sherry'sTickets.com also has great theater and concert tickets that are hard to get your hands on. Remember, do not overpay and save with the best at Sherry'sTickets.com. Save 10% using the promo code EOP10. That's EOP10. You'll thank us later. Sherry'sTickets.com.
All right, we are back, and ladies and gentlemen, we are going to move into the final segment of the evening, your 3 stars of the game. All right, so for me, your 3rd star of the game, I have to give it to, honestly, probably Joel Farabee, getting, I believe it was his 18th assist of the year, finishing up with a very solid outing for him. Farabee got his 19th. Very solid play throughout the entire game for Farabee. So I feel like he's definitely deserving of the 3rd star. 2nd star, obviously, Cam Atkinson. 2 goals for the game for Philadelphia, one of them on the power play. A power play that's been very much lacking and very much needing to get themselves back into focus. And Cam Atkinson was able to step up and be that guy tonight, and definitely deserving of being the 2nd star. Would have been 1st star if it wasn't for a 35 save shutout by your 1st star of the evening, goaltender Sam Ersson. Absolutely incredible play from start to finish by the young goaltender. And again, like I said, it's exactly what you wanted after battling back from being down against Minnesota last night to just being able to really put a put a hold on this game the entire way through and being able to get the insurance goal in the second period and then the absolute just pelting that Winnipeg was trying to put on that goal and having Erson be able to do what he did throughout that entire game and being able to break the Jets franchise record winning and consecutive game with a point streak. It was just it was awesome. It was it was absolutely incredible play by him and definitely without a shadow of a doubt your first star of the game. Uh Final thoughts for me for this one. Just it was, in my opinion, the most complete game that you've gotten from Philadelphia, and we didn't have Sean Couturier and Jamie Drysdale. And if you can get those guys healthy and they're able to play with the way you put this win together as complete as it was, I feel like personally the most complete win that I've seen from the Philadelphia Flyers all season long. Just absolutely incredible game. Uh, and all the credit in the world to Sam Atkinson being able to, snap that 26 game goal drought for Atkinson. I'm corrected. I said 29 at the start of this. Just absolutely incredible game by Philadelphia overall. Yeah, that will do it for me here. Thank you folks so much for joining me. And we will be back on Clear the Ice with you on Monday. Y'all have a good night. Stay safe.